All right. Now that our over-the-top spiritual shit is out of the way, we can talk about meditation. That was a joke, but also serious. So, the first two parts of this course, this is part 3, or I won't say course so much as series. And the first two parts of the series similarly focused on the mind. And each week we've been focusing on different ways to work with the mind. So the first week, our focus was kind of visiting these different elements of our mind. And all of us are familiar with these different elements. They're kind of like characters. And I think one common psychological way to work with them is this, as if they're different characters or personalities that are in our head. My friends, as when I played football earlier in my life, my friends used to call one of these sub-personalities of mine angry bald guy, because that seemed to be the appropriate description of how I behaved when I was angry and intense. So that could be one sub-personality. Then there's this other sub-personality of maybe how we would be with a pet or a beloved person or a partner, something like this. Probably most of the time, a different personality comes out. Maybe angry bald guy comes out every once in a while too. And there's many, many other sub-personalities that we can find in ourselves. So that was the focus of week 1. Week 2, which we did just this last Friday, actually, was focused on a different way of working with the mind, which was just waiting and observing, what am I thinking about? What's happening with my thoughts? And then how is that impacting my bodily experience? How's that impacting my experience just from one moment to the next? So that's a really interesting investigation. How are my thoughts impacting how I'm feeling? And actually going the other way too. How are my feelings impacting my thoughts? And so that's what we focused on Friday. Today, we're going to take it in another direction. All of these are complementary to each other, and they're not necessarily sequential. So each is a good starting place for all of the others, and they're all great ways to work with our mind, even in our day-to-day life. And of course, in a seated meditation practice. So today we're focused on this concept of a mind with a capital M, as opposed to mind with a small m. And so you could think of our kind of little mind, our mind that is so focused on doing and making these laundry lists and making sure everything is just so. And then this much, much bigger, more inclusive mind that involves both our conscious and unconscious experience, and sometimes stretches even beyond what we can really experience or know with our smaller mind. And maybe every once in a while, a few times in our life, we have some openings to really feel that bigger sense of mind. Sometimes it's more open to us when we're in nature or doing some kind of physical activity for some of us. Or sometimes it's more open in a meditation practice or some sort of plant medicine journey that's very popular these days. So lots of ways to access this kind of bigger mind. And that's what we'll be working with a little bit today. So with that preface, I'm actually going to share my screen. And I feel fortunate because I'm on YouTube and I'm going to share a little video and there's no embarrassing suggestions on the side. So that's great. You'd probably see things from superhero movies, but none of those showed up. So here we go. Are you all seeing this? Great. And still seeing it full screen now? Wonderful. So here's how we're going to start. We're just going to start by watching this candle. At a certain point, we're going to close our eyes as well. So I recommend to you to get comfortable right now in your seat in a way that you'll be relatively comfortable sitting mostly still for about 15 to 20 minutes. And I'm just going to play this. And I'm not going to add any audio component. As you keep your eyes open, just let them soften on this candle flickering on the screen. So nothing particular to do here. Watching the gentle sway. Noticing the minute little fluctuations and changes in shape. The color around the brightest part of the candle. Different layers of glow. All places for you to explore. Of course, right about now, probably noticing there's thoughts coming up. You might be wondering if you're doing it right. You might be thinking about what you have to do next or something stressful that happened today. Those are completely okay, and on some occasions, good things to think about when done wisely. They're just not what we're focused on right now. So as we see them, see if you can just recognize whatever it is and set it down for a few moments. Letting the eyes be soft, just receiving the light, letting the light come to meet your eye. And in fact, imagining that you can trace the path of the light to the back of your eye. Letting your gaze be soft and broad. Candlelight just streaming into your eye. Just like a movie projector, the light streams onto a screen. Let this candlelight stream onto the screen of the back of your eyes. And without stopping that point of focus, of candlelight moving in to your eye, see if you can just be curious about this question. Can I see the back of my head? Imagine for a sec that this candle is actually moving all the way through your head, as in fact the signal does move through your brain. Imagine you can follow it all the way to the back of your head. And as you do that, recognize you can't see anything back there. You can just feel what it feels like. This blind spot behind us, the back of our head. What does that feel like from your head to your toes? Still looking at the candle, just noticing, what does it feel like now? What's happened to my breath? What's happened to my body? As you feel ready, I invite everyone to just close your eyes. Let your eyes be soft on the after image that might be behind your eyes from looking at the candle. And no worries if there's no after image. Just letting your eyes be soft, forward gazing behind your closed eyelids. Doing a quick survey of your body, a quick, informal, impromptu little scan. What does my head feel like right now? From front to back, inside and outside. How about my neck and throat? How about my arms? Just generally, what do they feel like? I don't need to even put words to it. How about my chest and upper back? Belly and lower back? What about my hips and pelvis? May also just make subtle, gentle adjustments to your posture as needed. How about my legs? What's going on in my legs? Both the thighs and the lower legs. Placing your attention as much as is possible on your skin, all over your body. Of course, this might seem quite difficult at first. You don't need to get it right. Just have the loose intention to soften your focus Then notice the surface of your body, all over your body. If you only get a few parts of your body at a time, that's great too. Imagine for a moment that your whole body was breathing from every pore. Every pore inhaling, side to side, front and back, above and below. And every pore exhaling, letting air out. Drawing air in from the surface to the core of your body, letting air out from the core out of the surface of your body. Of course, thoughts will continue to come in. You might notice them pull you up and center them in your head. And when you notice your thoughts draw you up to your head, just notice this rhythmic, delightful inhaling and exhaling of the whole body. Filling up the core, emptying out the core. Now, these next few inhales and exhales, imagine that you can feel this air drawing in from just beyond your skin, as if your sense of space around you can be felt. And feel the space that you pull air in from, and that all of your pores push air back out to. Using your body to feel the space around you. Using this flow of air to put your attention in this space just beyond the outline of your body. Notice this space beyond your body. Perhaps difficult to feel at first, but take the leap to just imagine it. No need to worry if you're doing it right or not. Take the leap to just imagine this space beyond your body, using your body to feel just beyond your body. Using the flow of air to take you to and from this space. anything that's pleasant or delightful about that, feel free to lean in more. Whatever feels challenging, feel free to let go of a little bit more. Okay if you feel like it's beyond you right now. Sticking with the flow of the air in and out of the pores. Notice how no thoughts can be found in this space around you. Investigate this. See if you can feel this lack of anything at all. So you continue to use your breath to probe the space around you. More anything pleasant about your experience right now. Anything at all. Lean into it just gently and surrender any remaining effort, trusting in the process, leaning into an open space where you can float. Soaking up a few more moments of this practice, a few more fleeting moments. Read an excerpt from a 17th century Zen master. Not knowing how near the truth is, we seek it far away. What a pity. We are like a person who, in the midst of water, cries and thirsts so imploringly. See if you can just feel this water in this space for a few moments more. And finally, following this bell all the way to stillness. Again, experiencing something hearing something beyond what's there. As you feel ready, you can begin the slow process of coming back. Perhaps some small movements, some deeper breaths. And I'll leave the questions quite open for this one. I'm just curious to hear what you experienced. If there was anything in particular that was notable or interesting or different. Yes, or not different and very old. All right.